Hello everyone, welcome to Napoleonic Wars World Cup 2018, and it is the raw excitement that is Napoleonic Wars. As you can see, we're in. Look at this wonderful location. If you can let me know in chat if the volumes are all right. Am I too loud? Am I not loud enough? Just let me know where, things are and all that funky good stuff. Hello, Aztir, and hello everyone in chat. I hope you are all well. I just got to make sure that I've got all my chats up so I can see everybody in Twitch and in YouTube. Oh, goodness me. We haven't started yet, so you can see here we've got the English and the Germans, and they're all mixed in with other English and Germans. So, oh my goodness, high-speed lag. Admin a boost, admin a boost. Never mind. So this is where they start. Make themselves round here and shoot into that area, ready for the off. And here they are. See, lovely map, isn't it? Absolutely glorious. And here they are in the centre for the inevitable murderization and general good stuff. Hello, Eric. Hello, Zeno. And, of course, Brandon. So, I hope you guys are enjoying. There we go. Fluffy, who is being our wonderful admin and ref for today. Thank you, to make sure that everybody stays on the right side of the law. I am live. Well, my Twitch is live. Whether or not I'm live is another matter. So, you can see here, murdering, more murdering, yet more murdering. How's my volume sounding? Because I'm sounding a little quiet sometimes. And my volume keeps sort of bearing up and down. Hello, Flamius in Twitch. How are you? So, I just want to make sure that my volume levels are okay. I'm just going to turn myself up a bit. How's that sounding, guys? Is that sounding a lot better? I think so. Let me know by all means in the chat. Okay, volume is good. This is excellent. And we're live with England versus Germany. Oh, yes. It's the dastardly Brits against those evil germs. Where are the germs? We're looking for them. Aha! Here come some of the Brits. So we've got Ertz. And over on the far side, there's Hypno. We've got Volleyball and Python. And who else is in there? There's Ertz. We've seen once already. And here is Morris. Now, there's a random Scotsman over here. That's always dangerous. It's Baristan. Now, here come the Germans. There's Felix. Noswil, there's a name I remember. There's Lee, Dark Core, more Dark Core. And so, is France acceptable? Well, they could have gone for Prussians, but you know what the hell. Either way, the guys are getting themselves set up, getting themselves sorted. Let's just wait and see. So that's something you tend to see often in Napoleonic Wars, this kind of nervous energy, the guy's ready for the off. As you can see, Angel there, running around like a caged potato. Shall we send everyone dizzy? Anyway, competitive score mode. Who's this fellow over here? There's Hypno on the far right, Python, right side, Morris in the middle, with him Volleyball. Axiom and Ertz having a punch up, and Baristan wondering who the hell is on his team. These knobs that are on his team having a punch up. Fortunately, they'll be healed before they actually start the inevitable bayonetti and stabby goodness that will be the Napoleonic Wars World Cup 2018 semi-final here between. And so you see what I mean? The volume, my volume changes again. Don't know what's. I need to maybe plug it into a different port on the mixer, but it keeps kind of varying its volume. It might be due to the compression or setting on the mixer, but either way, it's bloody annoying. So, oh goodness, oh dear, and people volleyball saying football's coming home. Yeah, God Almighty, I really hope that England win the World Cup, because then at least we'll have something else to talk about for the next 30 bloody years. Anyway. So. I mean, it's not like Germany have, you know, won it multiple times due to being extremely talented and very good at what they do. No. We'll gloss over those details. Anyway. We're waiting for the inevitable off. This is the bit where I have to fill air while these guys are doing themselves a number, getting themselves sorted out. Oh my goodness. And of course the standard, there's melon ballers with the standard confab and general banter that you expect in the Napoleonic Wars community. And as you can see, Gerha, look at that face, good God. Ye gods almighty, look at that. There's a face only a mother can love Either that or the father smacked him in the face with a shovel. But either way, genetics has not been kind to that fellow. What about him? Oh, he's relatively normal. He's one of the few people who are standing still. What's going on over here with these guys? So, yeah, relatively normal. Almost normal. That's Angel. Borderline, I think we'd say. And there, of course. We'll move over. And there, of course, there's Hypno looking relatively normal. And Python also borderline. Oh my goodness, look at these guys. Baggins, they all literally look... Oh god, they all look the same. Look at them all. They're all literally identical. Oh my god. Oh, and yeah, they're literally all... Oh god. Yeah, welcome, and here we go. We're off for the first round, ladies and gentlemen. You can see now how it's going to vary as we watch the sides. It's going to be one person going in for that all-important first stab. That's going to essentially break the line and cause a few problems. It means that then the line will then fold back in on itself as it comes to the fire. As down goes Lee from Germany. Gets killed as Germany then lose 2 men. England have lost 1. You can see the way the lines break up almost immediately as they try and team off to take out enemies. As down goes Axiom and also Ortez. And look at the line. They're moving over to the support of their teammates as the Germans look to close in and do the final damage here on the first round. The Brits have now moved in, and there's a little bit of a slight disadvantage as far as the English are concerned. There's 5 Germans, 3 Brits. And now there's 2. Now there's 1. Now there's none. So a good first response there from the Germs. Yeah, you don't mess with the germs, ladies and gentlemen. You don't mess with the germs. So, as we well know, these guys are extremely talented when it comes to the melee. Mind you, saying that, you can't get to the semi-final without being pretty damn good. And it's fair to say that the Brits are that. So, let's just wait and see. England's try-harding. Hello, Fralla. Hello. How are you, sir? So... let's just wait and see. Now, apologise if you hear any noise on the microphone. I have a little fan, USB fan, pointing in front of me, blowing cold air on me, because it's bloody warm in my apartment, about 31 degrees. Anyway, let's see what they're going to do, because now you can see, look at the way that the Germans' line is being broken up. You can see now, trying to get that little bit push into the centre. Look at this. Oh, that was Morris trying to get that advantage in between the Germans. And down goes Darkcore, down goes Lee as well. This could be the advantage they're looking for, as they're literally just rounding on these guys as the English are doing a number on the Germs. And this is now, looks like they do have the advantage. It's a 4 versus 3 situation. Can they turn it to their advantage and get a round back? We'll have to wait and see. And look at this, they've got to be very careful about that overreach. The overreach, somebody comes in, stabs them in the side, and that's it, you're down another one. And the Germans can't afford to lose another man. That's going to be a problem. Now, oh, this could be very bad. This could be very bad. Baggins is over there, and he's getting diddled with a 17-incher. Just the last thing you need when you're surrounded by lots of large gentlemen with 17 inches and in the desert. It's going to chafe. You just know it. As you can see now, they're literally circling around each other like some kind of crazy wolves. But let's see. Oh, there, down goes Scorpion, and now it's a 3v2 situation, a 3v1. And the English have triumphed in the second round. We move on to the next. Fantastic stuff. Loving it. Loving every moment. Just checking to make sure my volumes are okay, that you guys can hear me all right. Turn down myself, because otherwise I can hear myself too much, which is never a good thing. So, all these guys who I think have done a real great job of looking as the same as possible. Look at that. Just brilliant. I love it. So good. However, you couldn't pick them out of a crowd of those buggers, could you really? So it looks like they're ready. And there we go. Fluffy gives the away. And now you can see, as we watch the Germans trying to form a good, strong line there. You can see the middle of the line is in danger for that reason. And now you can see as they push forward slightly too far, they got punished by the Brits. Now you can see the Brits coming to circle around to try and get in behind the Germans. Oh, but look at that. Axiom gets taken down very quickly. And now this is a situation for the Germans, and they're going to be fighting for survival as Lee goes down and the remaining Brits round on the Germans. And there we go. A round for the Brits. Now that you can, so if you remember that sudden break of the line in the centre, got a little bit weak. Somebody got stabbed as they reached forward too far. And that was the advantage that the Brits were looking for in order to get in there, do the damage, and cut down the numbers as quickly as they can. Good stuff indeed. So feel free to let me know in chat if you're enjoying it, if you want to hear about more things or want me to change things up. Feel free to let me know. This is obviously live entertainment as opposed to dead entertainment. Dead entertainment tends to not be that entertaining. It's just a lot of lying around and sort of not moving. It's not really the way forward for new media. Mosquito from Germany. There's Gerha. Noswil, who's been around literally, I think, since the birth of the dinosaurs. A very talented melee player. And now, let's see. He's probably going to be the first one to die now I've said that. Now, look at that line. Look at that line. A little bit broken in the middle there, but you can see the Brits are trying to keep that line together, and the Brits lose person on the left-hand side. Immediately, you can see the line starting to rotate as the Germans push that part, last man back, over on there. And now this is the enveloping procedure that you're going to see every single team try and do. They want to encircle their enemy. As you can see now, multiple members of the Germans going down, and it's looking really bad for the Germans. As they broke their forces apart, they want to try and keep together as best they can. And look at that. The guys on the left, 3 guys on the left trying to circle around, get behind the existing Germans as they continue to fight for survival. And look at that. Down goes another one. That's Noswil. That's Mosquito. That's Dark Core. Oh, this is going to be a whole load of 17-inch pain. And there it turns out to be. Gerhard taken down. 3-1 in favour of the Brits versus the Germs. So, fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. Always in awe of these guys. The sheer level of skill being displayed by all players in this competition is an absolute joy to behold. And because I couldn't melee my way out of a wet paper bag, this is important stuff. And this is why I think the game is also so popular still after all this time, is because of the amount of skill that's needed, especially in melee. Well, the chambering and all that kind of wonderful stuff, the blocking, the sort of signalling to your opponent where you think you might go. Oh my goodness. A little bit of a seizure there. Oh, the VOD will be available. Don't worry. So, we're off. Now you can see, look at this. The line pretty solid. You can see the Brits starting to push that inside part of the line as the left-hand line, German left-hand line, is in danger now. You can see the left flank of the Germans now starting to rotate backwards because they're coming under more pressure from the Brits. And now you can see Noswil also down as well as the Brits now move in to claim the remaining people. This is what the problem is that you're going to have. And oh, that was nasty. And we got a team kill in there. Morris got killed by Axiom. But you can see now how very important it is there. For the defense to try and keep a solid line against your enemy. Somebody gets that all-important first stab. That's immediately the indicator that the line is going to break on that particular location. And then immediately you'll see the guys move around, start to try and enclose the enemy to sort of close in, get as many kills as they can and get those people done and dusted. Good stuff. I'm not sure if everyone's dead in chat. Let me know if you're not dead. Obviously, it's good that you're watching, but feel free to actually make some comments. So, any particular estimation? Who do you think is going to win based on what you've seen so far? Obviously, England doing well so far. They are 3 rounds ahead. Oh, somebody's going digging. But we'll have to wait and see. I think we may. So we've got, there's Hornist Noswil. Who can forget the fine evening in Noswil's life where he's playing with his horn. There's Lee. There's Gerha. And there's Mosquito. So. Eating sunflower seeds. That's something that... never done that. I know for a fact, if I remember rightly, I think Agent Mulder in the X-Files used to chew on sunflower seeds. And here we go. Fluffy gives the off. And we follow the Brits in this time. And you can see the line pretty... Oh, look at that. The Brits getting very aggressive in the centre, trying to push the advantage. But the trouble is, by pushing that advantage, he's in danger of going down, and he forces a kill onto the Germans. Now, look at this. 2 Germans, 2 English. Now down. The line is pretty fixed. And look at this. A lot of troops now pushing this left side. But the Germans are holding them back. But the trouble is now you've got the Brits enveloping them, coming in from the rear. That's the last thing you want. As these guys are literally on the back foot as a kill goes into Hypno. And lovely stuff. And it looks like the Germans have lost a couple of people, but they're fighting back. The last man standing. Look at him go. Oh, he's going completely German ham there. That was Lee. The finest of hams right there as he tried to survive. But sadly for him, he was overcome by the sheer weight of numbers of British yobbos who were trying to do a number on him. If immigrants stop stealing the Wi-Fi from the German team. Oh dear. Those damn immigrants. They could all be English. I mean, look at these faces. Amazing faces on each of these guys. But anyway. So let's just wait and see. As England are waiting for the off. As I'm just going to adjust the fan to blow a little bit of air onto my face. And we're off. Release the Germans, release the Brits, and then we're away. As now we're just going to look up ahead. So you can see now, oh goodness me, the Brits have taken down a casualty on the right. And look at the way, if we watch the camera, the line immediately starting to move and rotate. Look at that, the Brits slowly pushing forward, but the Germans doing their best to try and envelop them, trying to make sure that they don't run out of a situation or get round the side of the Germans. That could cause a problem. As there we go, there goes down Zish, or Zish I should say. And look at this, the Germans are now trying to get everybody from the English team into one location. This is what they've got to be careful about. They don't want to do the overreach. That could potentially lose them a person. And look at that, 2 double kills on the left side immediately. The left-hand side of the German wall starts to break. And change of the numbers. Look at that. It's 4 versus 4 right now. This could be the all-important moment here. The Germans, I think I say, on the back foot right here, as you can see. The English continually trying to circle around, trying to get that all-important stab as one of the Germans goes for that very important first stab, see if they can get them. And there we go, there's a kill into a 3v4, another kill, 4v2. This is the opportunity the Germans have been looking for. And that's exactly what it was. Great round for the Germans there. Tactics, tic-tacs, all that kind of stuff. Fantastic. Well played by the Germans. That was a very long round as far as the Napoleonic Wars World Cup is concerned. And it turned out to be a pretty brutal and hard-fought one. You can imagine these poor buggers over there in Germany and in England sweating their collective Napoleonic Wars nuts off while they're getting involved with a little bit of melee goodness. Because who doesn't want to whip out a 17-incher late in the evening? So let's just wait and follow as we shall wallow Mosquito as he moves in. Let's pull back a little bit to find out what's going on. Let's look at that. You can see the line probing the defences. The centre trying to hold as best they can as one of the Brits goes a bit aggressive in the centre. And there we go. Look at that. That all-important... Oh, dear. That's not good for the Germans. They've lost 2 men on the right-hand side. Oh, correction. They lost 1 man on one side, 1 man on the other side. And now, immediately, the Germans are being enveloped. This is a serious situation for them. As look at them losing numbers hand over fist. But they're fighting back as best they can. Look at that. Oh, goodness me. Lee with fantastic melee skills. Multiple blocks on multiple people. Look at this. Oh, fine stab by Lee. Good God, that was beautiful. And now the back foot. We are on the back foot with the Brits, and now it's an opportunity for the Germans. Oh, look at that block. Fine block coming in from Lee as he's trying to move round. He's got to watch out. Try and stop that very important stab coming out that could equal the numbers. Can they get them? Oh, it looks like it. Down. We lost Noswil. And now it's 2v2. This could be an opportunity. Oh, look at that. Oh, this could go very badly for the Brits, and it does. And there's a team kill right at the end to add icing on the top of the cake. Glorious. Absolutely bloody marvellous. They got the Wi-Fi back. Fantastic. Always a pleasure to see. So, there's Felix. There's Gerha. There's Kobazish. Angel, of course. Dark Core. Lee. Noswheel. And Mosquito. So, we're off with the 9th round. Obviously, the Germans playing the French side and the English playing the English. And look at these guys. As it looks like the centre of the line, look at that. They've taken down the Brit on the left-hand flank. And now this is an opportunity for the Germans to get in there and start the enclosure of the enemy, which is, you can see what they're doing right now. They've got to be careful. Is that one of those Brits sneaking around the back? And oh no, it's a teammate kill onto Noswheel. That's going to be a very important death as far as they're concerned. And look at that, the Brits fighting back. Oh, just glorious fight back going on. Oh, this could be bad. Oh, it was. Poor Hypno. Unfortunately, he couldn't resist the attentions of 6 men and sadly was claimed by a bayonet. So, oh dear, he couldn't take any more. It looks like we've lost Ertz. Never mind. So yeah, maybe some of these guys are playing, you know, using McDonald's internet. McDonald's Wi-Fi, similar to Terrorizer. Getting his internet from McDonald's. Oh, look at that. There's Angel. Complete with ginger sideboards. Doesn't he look handsome? Oh my goodness. Look at that nose. That's a nose you could chip rock with. Glorious thing. So let's go and see what happens. Over the top. And we'll watch the line. Look at that. The Brits on the right flank getting very aggressive. And one of the Germans falling on the right flank. Now you can see the line starting to push on the right-hand side. Starting to get very, very nasty. Now the question is whether or not the Brits on the left-hand side can hold them back in order to assist the enveloping of the German forces. Morris gets taken down. Lee is also taken down. Now you can see the other members of the British team circling and coming in on those members of the Germs. The Germans having a little bit of a problem. Let's have a look. There we go. Now it could have turned around as it's possible. The Germans have them surrounded. Hypno goes down. Quicker than a cheap French hooker. Poor Hypno. Angel looking to move into an important position to try and get that stab. Look at that. Angel moving in there. And he's trying to support his teammates. They're trying to put up a united front as best they can. Put as many spiky points in the general direction of the enemy as they possibly can. Barristan going up against Felix, and look at these two guys fighting it mano a mano, getting into their own battle. And now you can see Felix and Cobra Zeish. Oh goodness me, look at this 3v2. He goes in for a quick stab and a block. Look at that beautiful blocking. Oh, he gets an important little mini stab on him there, but doesn't do enough damage to kill him. As look at that, and down goes the final, or the penultimate Germ, and poor old Zish is finished off. Barristan with the last 2 kills on the round. And that's 6-4 in favour of the British. Always knew this was going to be a very tense battle. A very tense battle. So. Hello. It's volleyball. And there is Melon Balzer. And Barristan and Morris, and they're away. So here we go. Watching to see what these guys decide to do under the circumstances. And you can see now, look at that. The line in the centre started to break for the Brits. And now you can see the Germans took advantage of it. Oh dear. Oh, these two boys need to get a room. But we'll move back over to these guys, find out what's going on. Look at this. A complete surrounding of the Brits by the Germans. This is a very, very dangerous situation for the Germans. Sorry, for the Brits, I should say. As you can see them trying to put out as spiky a defence as they possibly can. And look at that. As soon as one man gets out of position, he's rounded upon and viciously stabbed by the Germans. They want to get that advantage as best they can. And at the moment, they've got to watch their back. Gonna watch the back. Oh, a fine stab going into Dark Core. And this could be a turnaround as far as Python and the English team are concerned. Lee now running backwards as look at that. The enveloping, the surrounding has now moved over, maybe to the Brits. Maybe the Brits have the slight advantage, but the Germans are trying to get them into that corner. Get them against the corner. They won't have much space to move, and that will give them the advantage they're looking for. Lee gets taken down, and down goes Felix. Down goes Axiom from England. And the numbers being paired off as down goes Zish, and Barriston, and Gerher, and Angel. Wow. Holy crap, that was pretty intense. Dunkirk 2.0. Yeah, it's something along those lines. Oh dear. So, it is so warm. It's about 30, 31 degrees in my flat. Obviously, not helped by the fact I have 2 computers running and I'm a large fat person who basically feels the heat badly. I could turn on the air conditioning, but you guys would hear it. See what I mean? Just, it's like a runaway jet engine, but it does effectively cool the flat. But at the moment, I mean, I'm going to leave that on. Let me know if you can hear it in the background, because I don't want to ruin it for you guys. So, now, let's see. There we go. Fluffy has revived everybody who had a sudden heart attack or anything along those lines. So, no, let me know. You can't hear anything. Is that good, bad, whatever? So, it's definitely... No, it's fine. That's great to hear, because then it can cool me down while I do my casting. So, we're just waiting to see what happens. Axiom. What's happened with Axiom? I think he's had a little bit of a moment. So, we'll just have to wait and see. See what's going on. What's Axiom done? Oh dear. There's Morris. And there's Mellon. There's Axiom, who's basically gone completely crazy. And they're away. The battle commences. As we watch here. And there you go, you can see the line, trying to form that line as down goes Mosquito immediately. You can see the 2 deaths on the left, and the enveloping of the Germans begins here by the Brits. Unfortunately for the Brits, you can see now their left flank started to crumble back as 3 Germans started to push the advantage to try and circle around them. As that very important stabbing and grabbing is being done. Now look at that, 2v2 Brits over here and Germans. And the remaining 3 Brits come over to do them death and destruction and bayonet-y fun. And there you have it. Murdered horribly, 8-4 in favour of the Brits. So, that's very nice, nice and cool. Helps to cool the flat down. I wasn't sure if you'd actually be able to hear it. Obviously, it would be more noticeable if I had my desk microphone, but I've actually got my headset microphone on, so it's less infected, less... Oh, thank you, Hypno. Oh, dear. Yeah, my ice packet, my ice bucket challenge, yeah. Yeah, that's a scary video for a lot of people who see me in shorts. Not a pleasant experience for a lot of people. Very, oh God, I feel like I could do with an ice bucket right now, that's for damn sure. Oh my goodness, there's people speaking German in chat. Look at that, fine stuff. As now we can see the Germans. And the line is pretty solid right now, but look at the Brits getting very... Oh! Python team kills Hypno! Oh, that's what happens when you express a appreciation of me in chat. Murdered horribly for his crimes, clearly. And now this is a situation as the Germans now have the advantage with what looks to a 5-3 situation. And the Brits now fighting for their life. Look at that, 1 down. It's down to 2 Brits remaining. They might be able to force the odd team kill. Look at that, a turn and a stab and a kill. But the Brits are finished off unceremoniously there by the members of the Germs. The German army doing their deadliest job. Fantastic stuff. Oh dear, I can't even speak... Oh please, Chainsaw, I can hardly speak English, let alone German. So, 8-5. Still all to play for, boys and girls, still all to play for. as Fwafri sends them away. And now let's see. Look at that centre. The centre of the British line is getting a little bit aggressive, and you can see now it looks like Lee taken down and Python also taken down on the right-hand side. So the numbers are relatively equal. Oh, except for Baggins just got team killed by Voluble. That's going to be a problem because now, as you can see, the Germans have the advantage in numbers over on the right-hand side. Now they're going to start surrounding the Brits. This is going to be a serious problem. And so it proved as the Germans finish off the Brits there with a fine display of melee combat. That was the moment where it all broke apart. The team kill, and then obviously they reduced in numbers. The Germans are able to round on them, kill off the remaining men, and then get the reinforcements of 3 men in there to help finish off the enemy. So. Oh, right, I see. There's a person who knows you, but you don't know them. Or possibly. Anyway. Yeah, happens all the time. Welcome to the wonderful world of the internet. Now, let's see. We'll find out what's going on as we can see here. Look at that. Now, that's something that you do see quite often from the point of view of the Brits. You see Volleyball getting in there and getting very aggressive in the centre, and he's got to be careful for that reason. Now, as a result of that, the numbers change. You can see German and Brit lost on the left-hand side. And now this is a problem for the Brits as they're in danger of being surrounded by very angry Germans with 17 inches. Those bayonets are going to do some damage. As you can see them slowly being cornered. And this is going to be a serious problem. Look at this classic cornering manoeuvre here by the Germans. And they've literally got their backs against the wall. And they're going to kick the living snot out of them. Which is exactly what happened. Literally about the only German I know is De Vliegende Hollander, which is the Flying Dutchman. Because it happens to be an opera as well, I believe, by Strauss. I think. Was it by Strauss? Was it? There could be somebody. And Die Fledermaus, obviously. That's about the only 2 things I know. So I'm terribly sad and inadequate. Oh my goodness, there, of course, that fine face. And Angel, one of the few people with a normal face in this game. So, oh, good heavens, they're speaking German in my chat. Good for them. Hypno. And there's Melon Balls. And there's Python. Morris. Voluble. Bagins or Baggins and Barriston and Axiom at the end. So, just waiting for the guys to get themselves ready. Finally, oh, there. Firefly finally getting a stable ping, and he's not playing yet. So now let's see what happens to see if that line in the centre part of the Brits decides to get overly aggressive, and they suffer as a result of that. This is what you've got to be careful with. Down goes Baggins on the right side I should say. And now this is an opportunity for the Germans to push the advantage on the right flank, and it looks like they're doing that kind of thing. Look at this. The Germans now, you can see, corralling another man over on the right-hand side. That was Morris. Didn't stand much of a chance. The last remaining standing. Gerher's dead. It's Melon Balls and Hypno. The remaining survivors for the Brits up against 4 Germans. Oh, down goes Hypno, stabbed in the bottom. Oh, look at that. A return into the Germans. He's trying not to get blocked. He managed to kill Flamius, but sadly Melon Balls was blocked in, and he couldn't get much further. 8-8 right now. 8-8, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything about Fluffy. Not at all. Spank me harder, Daddy. Oh, dear me. Oh, you got to love the Napoleonic Wars community. I do love them. They're incredibly funny and utterly insane, every single one of them. The tendency for silliness tends to be quite common. But that's all part of the fun. Right, they're off. And as you can see now, there's the Brit line. Look at that. He's got to be careful. He's got to be so careful in the centre. So that could come a cropper for him. Looking over on the right flank. They're getting... Oh, look at that. Blocking left, right and centre. On the left flank. Seems pretty strong. Look at that. He tried to fake them in. Try to pull them in as Lee goes down on the right flank. That's the advantage the Brits were looking for, but they've got to be careful to make sure the centre doesn't fall as well. And now this is the opportunity for the Brits. The line literally turning slowly, almost like a Catherine wheel. Oh no, looks like the England have lost a few men, and now they're trying to fight back as the Germans are reduced in numbers down to 3 versus 5. And look at this, the Brits moving in to try and finish off the enemy. Mellenballs goes down, Mauritius goes down, Gerhard goes down. It's 3 versus 2. This is a fight back by the Germans as Hypno gets team killed by Baggins. That could turn it around. Very important kill there. As far as you're concerned, Hypno not pleased one bit. And this is where it's going to get dangerous. Oh dear, let's just wait and see. Baggins clearly likes a challenge. Look at this as these two guys fighting it out. As down goes the remaining, or the penultimate German. Look at this, he gets kicked and stabbed, and down goes Angel. Wow, Python with the kill. 9v8. 9-8, ladies and gentlemen, 9-8. Always knew this was going to be a very, very close match between two incredibly talented teams. And, oh, hello, Harry the fighter. So, yeah, it's one of those things where it's always going to be a very, very close match because everybody is so well matched and extremely talented fellows, all of them. You couldn't get to a semi-final without at least knowing what the sharp end of a bayonet looks like. So let's see what happens. See if the Brits get a little bit overambitious in the centre. Look at that, and you can see the line already starting to twist around. You can see the right side of the Germans a little bit weak. Getting pushed back now. Oh! Barristan team kill by Axiom. Oh no, that's going to change it completely. As now looks like Axiom is fighting back against 2 men. And now you can see the Germans starting to rotate around. They're trying to get around the side, as you can see now. Another German moving in behind. This is Lee, and a very important stabs from behind. This could be a bad moment here for the Brits. But the Germans have a disadvantage with respect to numbers, and they're in danger. As this fella here is also being corralled off on his own. Oh, that can't be a good situation. Flamius. It's not good. Angel and Axiom both down. Let's just wait and see, as it's looking very, very equal between these two teams. They're rotating around each other, and look at that. They're forcing their numbers off to each other, trying to separate out the individual members so they can have the advantage of numbers against their opponent. Oh, this can't be good. Oh, this can't be good at all for Noswil. He's in against the back of the wall, and Noswil is no more. 3 Germans have fallen as a result of this battle, and look at the turning and the spinning and the stabbing. As look at that, the man's up against the wall. And Gerhard could not stand anymore. Wow. Absolutely backs against the wall there, fighting for his life with every moment. Just fantastic to watch. Oh, I just love how talented and fantastic all of these players are. Just fantastic. I love it. English probably hoping to win on penalties. You never know. So here we are. As we lock in on the right hand or left hand flank. Oh, look at that. That's volleyball down again in the centre. That's going to break the line of the Brits. Now you're going to have a gap in the centre that hopefully the Germans will try and exploit. Let's look at that down go, and 2 Germans there killed very quickly by Mellenballer. Great play by him, but they do have a one-man disadvantage against the Germans, and now they're rotating around to try and prevent themselves from getting flanked. As you can see, Axiom trying to avoid that flank, trying to put the bayonet out. Let's look at that. He takes a little bit of a stab. Oh, fine stab return into Lee from Morris, and immediately forces the Germans onto the back foot. Down goes Noswil. Flamius as well. And Mosquito gets well and truly swatted. Fantastic stuff. So 11 to 8, ladies and gentlemen, 11 to 8. So we're ready, Flamius, Noswil, and Dark Core charge into battle. Now let's see what happens here. As we watch the line, oh, look at that Mosquito taken down on the far right-hand side of the British flank, and Dark Core also finished off as well. That gives them a numerical advantage, as you can see them moving in behind on the Germans, as the Germans have to turn to try and defend themselves, and that's going to be a serious problem for them. As you can see here, the remaining German pretty much getting battered like a rented mule. And 12 to 8 right now in favour of the Brits versus the Germans. Still not out. Oh dear. Dark Core has snuffed it. Dark Core is no more. Late lamented Dark Core. Not sure what happened there. But they're going to get a replacement in. And then the games will commence and continue. So, by no means over. That's for damn sure. Especially with a team the quality of Germany. Never to be discounted. There's Gerha and Angel and Flamius. There's Noswil. Mosquito. Lawrence. Lee. And at the far end, it's Dish. Look at that. What a face. So, English are ready. And of course the usual chat and silliness that we've come to expect. Look at these guys going round and round in circles. Ready to go as they move in. As we can see now, immediately the British take a sort of slight bulge in the centre there. Much like myself. Look at that. Oh, Mosquito taken down in the centre, and now that gives an opportunity for the Brits to surround the remaining Germans who are currently cheesing it. Flamius, for obvious reasons, understandably, currently in danger of getting diddled with 217 inches from multiple directions, which is probably not what he had on an idea for Monday night, but sadly he could not put it off, as we got Noswil, Angel and Lee fighting back against the numbers of the English, now attacking. Look at that, they're going for the stab, and Phil Hypno killed again by Baggins. Oh, Hypno's going to be pissed. Server lag. Oh dear, 101 uses for a dead Hypno. Never mind. I love it. Gaze for Brexit. I suppose under the circumstances it would be a hard Brexit. Oh, bit of air on the doodats, so never mind. It's been a minute since you watched one of my videos. Thank you. It's all I can say. With everything that's going on with YouTube, it's good to know that at least some people are watching it. So, let's have a look as they're on to the next round. 13 to 8 in favour of the Brits. As now we continue. Watching here on the right flank of the Brits. No casualties thus far. There we go. Proved a liar. The left-hand flank and the right-hand flank having a casualty. And there goes Zizek as a casualty as well. And look at this on the right side. As there we go. Oh, goodness. Oh, Lee's going to be fighting for his life. Spinning like a dervish. Noswil also. And Python gets punched out. The Brits just can't help it. They can't help it. They've got to have a punch up. So. Yeah, it's hard to get. It's a very fair point for It's hard to get the motivation back when you're behind a few rounds. However, never discount either of these teams. I've seen comebacks, I've seen fightbacks, and to the point where it's only been won by a single round. See what I mean? What's wrong with these people? Look at them. They're all completely mental.
Hold this position.
Oh dear, complete numpties, a lot of them. We're away. And it is Napoleonic Wars World Cup 2018 semi-final with England and Germany. So there we go, you can see the line breaking. Oh, bloody hell. Flippin' heck. The Brits just got battered to hell. Whoa. Okay. Well, someone just put on their big boy pants and brought them to the party. The Germans just stepped it up a gear and absolutely crucified the Brits. That was a very dominant round for them. Now the question is whether or not they can replicate that particular round. So, Python, Melonballer, Baggins, Volleyball, Morris, and they're away. So, let's see. As we're watching the team up here, as there goes Volleyball in the centre. And Flamius is then killed in return by Melonballs and Barriston. And now you can see here, they're trying to reform to get the advantage of numbers. But there we can see Felix taken out from the rest of the group and murdered unceremoniously in the corner. Now you can see the enveloping, the surrounding of the Germans as they break out. And Barriston gets a team kill. Melonballs goes down. Baggins also goes down. Lawrence has snuffed it. And look at these guys. They're fighting for their life. It's 4v3 as down goes another one. That was Morris from England. Down goes Python. Oh, Noswell team kills. Oh, that could be very important. This poor fellow who is remaining. Oh, look at this. But he gets kicked. He got kicked. That stunned him. That stunned him, and that gave him the advantage for his teammate to go in there and stab him in the face with a 17-inch bayonet. Who doesn't appreciate a bit of stabby goodness? Well, if you're on the receiving end of it, you're less appreciative than if you're the one providing it. I think that's fair to say. A bit of warm-up there. As Noswell, the Hornmaster, the King of the Horn, is waiting. And now, as you can see, the two teams lining up against each other. Look at that. They're in the centre as well. Look at this. This is so dangerous. But Volleyball with very, very aggressive play can turn it around sometimes here for the team. But look at this. This could get unfortunate, but no, it looks like they've actually managed to turn the tide in favour of the Brits as two Brits move off and separate out a single man. Try and finish him off. That's Felix. Felix now coming under pressure from two men as one of his teammates comes in to support him. And Felix continues his battle with his enemy as down goes Python. Volleyball team kills Python. Oh dear. As two Germans remain as Felix goes down at the same time as Lee. And then Melonballs gets killed. Oh, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Good games with a win by the British against the Germans. What can we say, ladies and gentlemen? What can we say? Fantastic play by both the teams. Amazing display of skill. Just absolutely brilliant. Well, what can I say? There we go. 2 World Wars, 2 World Cups, 4. Oh dear me. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. So, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That has been the Napoleonic Wars World Cup. England versus Germany for 2018. I hope you boys and girls have enjoyed. Please let me know in chat if you enjoyed that, and I will of course get this up. It might actually be available on YouTube almost immediately. I don't know. If not, who was that Hypno guy? Oh, Hypno, stop blowing your own trumpet. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have all enjoyed, and we'll sort it out for more, and hopefully some more Napoleonic Wars. We might be able to cover the other semi. Who knows what happens with the final, but either way, whatever happens, you're going to see some absolutely incredible play from some of the most talented meleeers in the game. So, anyway, that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we say is the end. And thank you very much for watching. We shall see you again for more Napoleonic Wars World Cup. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And we'll see you next time. Cheers, everyone.